Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Currency Call presented by Forex Trading Asia. And I hope everyone had a great session yesterday as well. And for those people that joined the live trading call, I hope it was very beneficial yesterday as well. And thanks so much for all the feedback as well that we've been getting in the trading chat and the new people signing up as well to the Traders Club. We really do appreciate it as well. But before we get into today's episode, just a quick introduction as well. It is episode 394 of the Currency Call, and it's the 12th of October. And if you are new to the call, welcome. Just a quick introduction. So this is the Currency Call that we do every Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. GMT plus 8. And the currencies we analyze are as follows. So on Mondays, we do the Aussie and Kiwi. On Tuesdays, we do the Euro. Wednesday, we do the Pound. On Thursday, we do the Japanese Yen pairs and gold. And then on Friday, we do CAD and also cryptocurrency. And specifically, we do Ethereum and Bitcoin in regarding to cryptocurrency. So thank you again for joining us. And in the Currency Call, we'll be presenting potential trade ideas. We'll be going through the key support and resistance levels, and we'll be tying that in as well with the significant market events. And we'll also be going through, in regards to the economic events, what actually to pay attention to, what the events mean, and what to look out for if the data is higher or less than expected as well. So you actually have a concrete plan to trade off as well. And this Currency Call will also be very, very beneficial to both the short-term traders and also the long-term investors in the currency markets as well. We will go through in regarding the trade ideas, the potential targets and risks, and we'll also be discussing educational points as well, occasionally, that we really want to get across to the trading community as well. So again, thanks so much for joining us as well. And a quick disclaimer, finally, any views and ideas shared here as well in regarding to trade ideas should not be considered a trading recommendation. And we strongly advise you do your own analysis before entering any trades, and do not consider this financial advice either. So please understand that. And again, any questions about trades, please let us know. And we're here to help as well, whether it's in the Traders Club or when we're running this Currency Call as well. So it is the start of the call again. So I'll just touch upon the US dollar index and what happened with that overnight as well. And I will say it's been quite interesting as well. I've got the 1 hour time frame up here thanks to Sam Trade, and we are seeing a push earlier in the session. And we are actually now seeing a bit of a pullback. It's been a tough one, the US dollar, especially last night as well. Leading into the US Open, we were seeing a little bit of US dollar strength as well. It pulled back a little, then pushed again. But what we are seeing, and what this chart is showing us, is that for now, this 94.50 level is proving itself to be pretty stubborn. And what we are going to have to be waiting on is the CPI data as well, that's coming out tomorrow night. So, and we went through that yesterday as well. And if you didn't get a chance, Kim Hong actually did do a video about what happened in the NFP and, the significance of the result and what it all means as well, with the fact that the Fed, we're waiting on that. And the number was a little less than expected, but definitely worth watching that as well. And I'll share the link in the description section. And if Kim Hong does watch this video, I hope he's going okay with his military service as well. I think he's back. It's 2 weeks, so he'll be back soon. But again, so with the news as well, I just want to quickly touch upon what happened as well and what is actually going on with the news as well. Everything just went blank there. So I'll just close that, and I won't. I've actually got too many tabs open, which is an amateur move for me as well. But really the news tonight is the JOLTS job openings. And I was going through this earlier, and I did share some commentary in the traders chat as well within the EchoFin group. And if the JOLTS job openings are higher than, I believe it was 10.925 million. What that is showing is that there's still a present labor shortage. And I was listening to some economic news this morning as soon as I wake up, just to see what's going on, especially out of the US. And it sounds like COVID is still an issue. And there's also a lot of situations where they haven't been able to bring as many immigrants in. And, a lot of those people do the jobs that Americans don't really want to do, like in Australia with the fruit picking. The fruit picking in itself has been this huge issue where no one really wants to do it in Australia. And they've had a really tough time getting the work from the other countries that are happy to do that sort of work. So it's going to be interesting in the lead up to the CPI, just as a point where if we do see that, then it's like, oh, and then we have that inflation that could potentially push, and test that 94.50, because I saw in the chat there's people, taking the Aussie short, which I do follow the Aussie quite a bit, but it's just a lack of information right now. So it's been a bit of a tough start to the week, but I would say wait on that for tonight and then tomorrow to really get that confirmation, because right now it's just a bit choppy and messy as well. And I would say be aware of that and just be a little patient. But if you do get in early, then you just want to be quick with the trade management. But that's regarding the US dollar index for today, guys. So just sit and wait for now. Looks like we might, see a small pullback, even if it's a bit lower to the 20s, the 94.20s, and we'll see if there wants to be some buying strength. But wait till the US session as well for tonight. But Tuesday means the euro pairs. Now, also, we did have the live trading call as well. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but I will make sure to watch the Zoom recording. And we've got Jindal Tai here, multi-million-dollar trader with LCMS Traders, going through briefly about what happened with the call. Not all the bits, though. You've got to watch the video and what's going on with the euro pairs as well. So over to you now, Jin.
Thanks for that, Scott. Probably not going to go too much into what happened during the call because the link is there ready for all club members. The link is on the platform already. Scott, just while we have you still on, what do you think's the likelihood for the dollar index? Do you think we're going to see 95, or do you think we're going to see it retrace back down to that 93.50 level?
It's something that I do follow, and it's very polarizing. But to me, it just seems the more and more you go through manufacturing costs, and things are still lasting longer than we anticipated with the supply shortages. So what that means is that it's just going to again squeeze this inflation situation, and I expect it to be slightly higher than expected, and that I think is going to be enough to get it through 94.50. And then from there, the market will just run with it. So I think it's, an 80% chance through 94.50. So that's how I would position myself instead of saying, oh, we'll run out of steam. And so that's how I would, 95 is way more likely, I would say, than 93.50.
Fantastic. You've heard it here first. Dollar index more likely to hit to 95 than to retrace back down to 93. And the reason why I ask that as well is because, if you're looking at the economic calendars here on Forex Trading Asia, what you would notice as well is this week, although we do have a lot of news to be released or, even being released at this point in time, it hasn't really moved prices too much. We've seen some fluctuations in terms of the dollar and also the individual currencies, but it hasn't really provided any real direction. So how do you approach this as a way to trade? One, you can actually be preparing for those big moves. In the meantime, doing your short or medium-term trades, preparing for the bigger moves, and also anticipating which is more likely. That's also why I asked the question, whether it's more likely to retrace back down to 93.50 or whether we're going to see 95. So being Tuesday today, looking at the euro dollar and the euro pound, what you'll notice is that we don't have a lot of news at this point. Only the main things to pay attention to for today is the German economic sentiment looking to go from 26.5 to 24. The German ZEW current conditions looking to drop from 31.9 to 28.5. Although I don't normally pay attention to individual countries' data, the German data here is quite a crucial one because it does contribute to the Eurozone quite significantly. And even if you don't know what these numbers mean exactly, it currently tells you, it really tells you the current conditions and economic sentiment looking to drop from 26.5 to 24, looking to drop from a 31.9 to 28.5. So that drop could actually have an impact on the euro dollar for today. I wouldn't be too worried about the members speaking at these points because they don't normally move prices too much. The next thing, as Scott was telling you already, the JOLTS job openings. At this level, not a big change. I don't think it's going to move prices too significantly or move the dollar index too much. The main attention should be shift towards tomorrow on Wednesday evening, where we do have the CPI numbers to be released. Core CPI looking to go from a 0.1% to a 0.3, a bit of a jump towards the upside, and CPI numbers staying at a 0.3%. So with that in mind, core CPI also holding at a 4%. We are looking at it reaching the Fed Reserve's target or slightly exceeding the target of that 2 to 3%. Is it going to stay at that level? I think that at this point, if we do see a 0.3 here, we do see a 4 and a 0.3, it is going to bring that strength to the US dollar. Tomorrow evening, we could see that. And then on Thursday morning, early morning, we have the meeting minutes from the FOMC. Meeting minutes, although they might give an insight into what was being discussed in a FOMC meeting, it doesn't have as big an impact on the prices as compared to the meeting itself or the press conference itself. This is just telling you what happened after the fact. And then on Thursday, we do have a whole bunch of Euro news, but these again not going to move prices too much. And on Friday, more Euro data from the French, from the Italian. I don't think these are going to move prices too much, with the attention again shifting towards the US retail sales number. Core retail sales looking to go from a 1.8 to a 0.5, slight drop there. Retail sales number looking to go from a 0.7 to a minus 0.2 month on month for the US. So this might actually coincide slightly with the non-farm payroll numbers, with how we've seen the data being a bit worse than expected and worse than previous as well. So we might see a bit of a retrace back down later into the week for the US dollar. So what this all means is that looking at the charts here, Euro US on the H4 time frame, I've zoomed it out, I've squeezed it down a bit just to show you, or just to highlight to you, the patterns that we've been seeing on the euro dollar. It's been sitting right across, dropping lower, sitting right across, dropping significantly, sitting right across and dropping, and right now sitting right across again. As I was sharing with club members last night, my intention on the euro dollar is still very too high towards the downside. I'm looking at it sit across. It's not in that tradable range at this point. There's only about a 40 pip range at this level. Despite its moving up and down, I'm looking for it to break below this 1.1530 level, for it to break below this 1.1530 level, and looking for that selling opportunity towards the 1.1379 support level. Bear in mind, 1.1530 is a level, and now I'm going to show you on a daily time frame that we haven't approached for a very long time. Even if I went to the weekly time frame, the last time we came close was back in May last year. So last time we broke above this level was May last year. Last time we rejected was in March last year. So this is a multi-year level that we are approaching at this point. So I'm anticipating some bounce, some movements at this point. It is going to take a long time to break because it's been such a multi-year level. If it does break and we're looking to sell it down, maybe about a 1.1511, stop loss about 40 pips, take profit level about 120. You're looking at a 1:3 risk reward ratio towards the downside. I don't anticipate that this will be a straight line down. I think that this might be a bit of a zigzag towards the downside because it is such a multi-year low. I do think that it might take a little bit longer. So I think that it might be towards the end of midweek or end of the week before we can see it break towards the downside or even into next week. But if the euro dollar does break that 1.1530, what this could mean also on the euro pound is that we're likely to see it track lower. We're likely to see it track lower, dragging down by the euro dollar, which also means that it needs to break below 8462 for it to go any lower. At this point, I think that because of that consolidation we see on the euro dollar, we're going to see the euro pound sit right at this 84.97 level before any decisions. It might fluctuate a little bit in this area, but if you're going to be trading the euro pound, you want to pay attention to not just the euro dollar, but also what the pound dollar is doing. The pound dollar sitting at this 1.3584 level. I think that as a support level, there are going to be a lot more activities or more volatility at this point. Volatility is going to be quite high on the pound dollar for the main reasons. Coming back to the news, we do see a lot of news to be released on the pound. Club members, I've already told you about the employment numbers to be released in a couple of hours today, and then also for tomorrow with the GDP numbers coming up for the pound dollar. Club members, if you haven't already, make sure you check out the videos that we have in the platform detailing about the pound dollar and the other trade ideas. For those of you who are not club members, make sure you join. The link is there. And if you haven't already, make sure you turn up tomorrow for more of the pound analysis. With that, I'll pass it back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks for that, Jen. And just in the chat here now, I'm going to share again. The link here, everyone, will take you to the site to join the LCMS Traders Club. And we are offering a 1-month free trial as well. Normally it is $49 USD a month, and that is set to get more expensive soon as well. But we are allowing people to come in, see what it's like. Also, just above that, I've got the commentary for the trade ideas on the euro and the euro pound. And again, they just carefully monitor things. So that's why it's very important to be in the LCMS Traders Club, because the markets are dynamic. So you've got to pay attention to what's going on when you enter the trade. And that's obviously not right now. So that's why we encourage everyone to come in and look at the actual live, chatter around a setup when it's actually looking like it's a trade. Also, I've shared the Forex Trading Asia link as well for the free articles and trade ideas. And what I did notice, and I'll just quickly share this for anyone that is in the club as well, we do have, and I'll go to the EcoFin platform now, just with LCMS Traders, and we'll go to the Market Watch. So Gim Hong does post these, and he updates in the Market Watch section. So we've got the USD yen that did break out last night, well, for us in this time zone, and he has actually got the buy stop has been triggered. So that's something to pay attention to at 112.50, take profit at 114 flat. And he posted that on the 20th of September. So you can see that things take time to play out, and he's there ready and watching for you. So you can actually go, oh, that's a trade. And, who knows where this will go, especially with the oil strength we've seen as well. But definitely make sure that you check out the Market Watch section and yes, definitely check out. And what we're referring to, guys, is the link here. So that is Here it is. So definitely check that out. That is for members only as well. So there's no risk for you to take to check it out as well. And we do go through, morning, afternoon, evening. There's people from all around the world. So definitely, worth checking that out. And what I will do finally as well, we've had a few more questions about it recently, and we are taking on investors too for Forex Briefcase. For anyone looking for a managed account option where you might be learning Forex and you just want to be able to take advantage of the potential profits, but instead, we can do that as well for you whilst you learn as well. And we're just over 100% for 3 years. So definitely worth something to check out as well. And just checking, there's no questions here. No.
Scott, you're going to surprise us with what we practiced.
I just remembered it. I was about to end the call, but then I was like, no. So, okay, everyone. All right. So we were going through this before the currency call, which is something that is actually said in the office in Singapore, and something I'll have to say as well. I've gone a little bit blank, but I can do this. Okay. So this will be, I knew what to say. So we might be bringing shirts out as well for any Forex Briefcase and LCMS traders fans. So, all right, I'm going to say this. So this is a famous saying. All right. What ha? I think that was it. We'll let Jin say it. How is it?
Well, okay. We'll work on it.
We do.
It's a work in progress.
I needed to practice more before that, but anyway, we'll continue on that. But thank you everyone for watching and participating, and we'll catch everyone for tomorrow, and I'll nail it tomorrow. Trust me. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone for watching, and bye.